Thank you. Now, well, members of for the state, today we've just succeeded at executing our client's instructions. That is to mount a serious constitutional petition challenging the IBC declaration of Honorable Anthony Kibagendi as the Member of Parliament elect for Kitutu Chache South constituency. Now, in summary, our clients are actually finding it very uncomfortable that the declaration was made amidst several alterations of the Form 35As that we had, Form 35Bs that we had. So what we have done for now, we have just placed our hopes with the judiciary so that the people, the electorate of Kitutu Chache South constituency can regain back their sovereignty. They can have a leader of their own choice, a leader of their own choosing, and so that the court can also have an opportunity of asserting its the supremacy of the constitution and the sovereignty of the people. So for now, we will just but be hoping that in the fullness of time, once we have served, we'll be returning back to the court so the court can give us directions. Probably in the fullness of time, probably in the next 6 or 3 months, to make mention but a few months, we shall be returning a verdict that will restore the dignity of the people of Kitutu South constituency and will restore back the sovereignty of the people back to them. So that is all from me. I think Mheshimiwa here will also have a word or two to speak to the people and give people some confidence. Wananchi wacha wafahamu na waelewe ya kwamba moving forward, their vote will not be lost. Every vote that is cast during an election shall count. We do not want to experience what we have unearthed, a scheme of altering the will of the people through some deliberate omissions and actions by people who've been bestowed the responsibility of ensuring that we have a smooth transition, a process that ensures the participation of the people and the will of the people is seen at the end of the process. Now, to that extent, I think we have spoken more for now. We shall surrender the microphone to... Yes. I am Shadrach Wamboi. I represent a team of a battery of lawyers who hail from Nairobi, and we have come so that we can ensure that the will of the people is well represented. I am with Abel Asuma. We have some IT's experts that have unearthed a scheme that has been there, designed deliberately to steal the will of the people. I think I have authoritatively responded to your question.
As a lawyer, perhaps you can give us the key reference on the petition and the point
Well, it is important that the citizens note that this is the first election that we have seen where the votes that have been cast actually exceed the total number of voters that turned out for the elections. So it is just a comedy of errors where out of probably 40,000 people who turned up for that election, out of the 60,000 people who are registered in Kitutu South constituency as voters, we had about 42,000 people turning up. We had 42,000 votes being cast at the end of that process. Again, we have seen in the Form 35As where there has been serious alterations without countersigning. We have seen even the polling station officers declining to sign some of their forms, which of course denies the credibility of those forms as far as we are concerned. So this is just but a simple way of trying to do a postmortem of the process that happened on the 9th day of August and the declaration that followed on the 11th day of August 2022. It does not make any sense, legal or even logical sense, where we have serious alterations on forms, and yet candidates or their representatives are not involved in the process. Not even to speak about the widespread violence that we saw during that day. So we have even provided video evidence to court so that the court can view for itself the kind of malpractices that we saw on the 9th day of August that have led to a declaration that we find from where we stand to be unconstitutional, to be illegal, and must be vitiated by the court.
You have spoken about the process of once it takes opportunity.
Yes.
Was there some hacking perhaps done?
Not really hacking, but there is more into the systems. Remember, what we'll be doing a verification of the whole process, so that we must ascertain as a matter of fact whether the people who are recognized by those scheme skid actually the number of people whose votes we can count. As far as we are concerned, we are having ballot papers or votes that exceed the number of people who turned up for that election. Yes, which in essence actually questions the verifiability of that process. Thank you. Okay. Any other question?
So we just want to clarify whether you've made a joint petition or
too. So
kidogo tu.
Matter that we have at hand to Achilles and the court, let justice prevail. Because now going forward, there is no day we will talk about the merits of the case or whatever it is, because we feel the rule or the rights of the people were subdued. Because when you have people going or waking up very early to go and cast their vote, they choose their leaders. And at the end of the day, there are people sitting somewhere hoping that they be declared, because they have been having godfathers left, right, and center. And we do not care about these godfathers, provided what is rightfully for the people of Kitutu South comes forth and is proven to be true. Unless that is done, then we do not have even a constituency to run. No one has a constituency to run when you see people waking up very early in the morning to vote, but at the end of the day, what is rightfully theirs is not granted. Let me tell you guys, you know, it will be a waste of time and resources if I wake up, for example, for the next elections. Because what it means when somebody has been declared to be a winner and is declared MP, come the next elections, it shall have been ruling for all that time. Now, I will wake up and go seeking an election again. While I do not know what I got in this particular election, I do not know how many number of votes I got. You know, I do not know. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you, I was at a tallying center and there was a lot of violence that I was subjected to. And all these things are being done both by the police and they are being done by the IBC officials and the supporters of one candidate that was purportedly declared the winner. When all those things are being done, those are kicks of a dying horse, and we cannot allow these things to continue. Let's have this actually, I think, for the longest time possible. We've never had someone being brave enough to go to court to overturn an election that has been done illegally. Let this be a lesson for all of us to know that we spend time, we spend resources, so we have to rightfully get what is ours. That is what we are dealing with. Once the court declares, we will respect whatever decision the court comes up with, and we are hopeful that the people of Kitutu South are going to get their right and their justice will be served.
My name is Samuel Omwando. I was a candidate in the just concluded Kitutu Churches South constituency elections. As my predecessors have already spoken about why we are here, we've come simply to be told how many votes we got. We were candidates. And in the way things were conducted down on the ground, you could not be able to say who won. But in that confusion, IEPC, led by the returning officer Kitutu Churches South, had the person in mind to declare, and they did. So we are here even asking how many votes indeed did he get, because they decided to announce some number. I can tell you it was in the face of violence, it was in the face of chasing away all other agents for candidates, it was in the face of just chasing away even candidates participating in that election. In fact, we didn't know what that was. So we've come for a recount and a scrutiny. We be told, is that how those forms should be written? Is that how they should be counted? And how many votes are in that tin? There was a container that people place their ballots after marking. How many are there and for who? We didn't know, because our agents were not given an opportunity to count with the officials. We were not given an opportunity to count. We could be seen and be chased far away at the gate. The only person that was allowed to reach near those things whatever they were doing was the person they had announced as a winner. So we don't know if that's how the process should be. We've sought advice from the lawyers. We've been advised we should come and present this case before court. Today we've come and presented it. In fact, it is a cry from those people, the residents of Kitutu Churches South. They also equally don't know. They woke up in the morning to want to vote. They don't know how many votes were cast, who they cast for. They know they cast votes, but those to who they cast are not announced. So they are wondering. It is very silent back in Kitutu Churches South. People have relegated to their houses, wondering if this is what is called election. And we are here also wondering. So what we thought, in our wisdom as Omwando, Samuel and Andrew Maubi, and others, we thought we should be told how many votes we got, clearly counted, and then we walk away. And if there were mistakes, the mistakes be told. And that is all. So let no one even wonder, even the person who was announced to have won, let him not wonder, let him come forward and we be told. Let him be affirmed that those are the same votes he got. He should not be worried. And let him come around. And one thing I need to make a mention and it be known, there was a serious interference from outside the constituency. They are our good neighbors who buck their nose too much into matters going on in Kitutu Churches South. They come and the regulators, they become referees, they become captains. I don't know why they don't mind their constituencies. Anyway, we'll give them another opportunity, let them come. I'm told they have a lot of money and influence. Let them around and give our people money. Our people need that money again.
Question, do you have specific hotspots where rigging was done to render the exercise fatally defective?
Yes. In fact, in Kitutu Central Ward, it was just chaotic. It was even the bedroom of the police where they were chasing everybody like rats. If you are suspected to lean towards maubi, towards omwando, you could not be wanted to be seen. And any other person who came to vote can tell you, can attest. They really cast their votes and the votes went with the air. It was not counted. Another place we can tell you is along the tarmacs, like you move from Kisi town, you go to Nyamataro Market and the adjacent polling stations, St. Joseph's. Go down to Nyakoe Tea Buying Center. Go to Mosocho Market. Go to Ongincha. Where in fact these officers could wake up and decide that give omwando 555 in all streams, or they wake up and say maubi be given 3333. You know, very interesting how these things were being done. But anyway, they had all the field day because they didn't want our agents, they didn't want us, so they were doing what they thought was best for them. All we are asking is that what is called an election, where IEBC officials only conduct an election and we are not there to even witness. So that is our question.
Mheshimiwa, akego, lakini nataka kwanza vyumba kaya kwa sababu yuko peke yake.